Welcome to Friday Live. Today is April 12th.
12th. Hi, everyone. So today, recap a little bit what happened last week. The big thing that happened for us last week.
Okay. What happened last week?
Okay, so for us, you got to share that big thing.
Sure. You want me to share? Oh, Teen Vogue.
Teen Vogue. Yes. So we had someone reach out to us that wanted to interview us for an article that they want to put out for Teen Vogue. And what is this article about?
We're very excited about it because it's reaching the younger audience, the younger generation, to bring awareness to estate planning, and which is, it's kind of like the theme of what we do. We want to make it conversational. We want to be an approachable topic. So the earlier you get started, the better.
So this, I think this writer wanted to raise the awareness that people should definitely, move up the timeline of thinking about it, talking about it, and actually doing something about it.
Yeah, don't wait for something bad to happen. For her personally, it was too late. She was faced with a family death and had to go through the whole probate process, and she was like, well, why didn't I know about this? Why didn't someone tell me about this? And that's what I think motivated her to bring awareness to this issue, which we greatly support.
Yes, it's what we've been trying to do because that's why we're trying to, educate our friends and family and clients, the awareness of, what is the advantage of getting it thought out and planned out in advance.
Yeah, so that leads into a lot of questions. This is a frequently asked question because we want to bring awareness, but it's like, how do you even bring that up? How do you get started? Even with our friends, it's like, how do we talk about it? Or
to be honest with you, you know what? I haven't asked, even though we've been in business for a while, I haven't asked many of my friends, have they done their trust planning?
Yeah, because you think it doesn't come up naturally for most people, like traditionally, right? It's death, morbid, money. It's taboo to talk about even for some people.
But actually, so today
we want to make it easier for you and for us. We can all practice together.
Yes. So basically,
conversation starters. So we think you start by reframing your mindset about estate planning, right? It's not death planning, it's life planning. It should start now. So it's present events. What's going on now in your life? What's upcoming in your life? But not all the way to the end, but like what's about to come up, right? So and think of it as a portfolio of document that grows with you over time. Like you're putting together a set of documents. So here's some, this is what we do for our Friday Life, right? Do you know what happened last week or wins of the week? So those are kind of great openers, right?
And actually, we also thought about different scenarios where it can be an easier opener for you to actually talk about and discuss this with your family and friends.
That will come up in your daily lives, right? Travel plans. We're always talking about traveling. We want to go here, we want to go there. Spring break, summer vacation, when travel plans come up.
You can actually, just ease into it, say, so when something happens, do you have your power of attorney planned out?
It's as easy as like, I'm going to be gone for a while. Can you water my plants? But what about the other more important things? You worry about who's going to water your plants, get your mail, but beyond that, right? So it's easy, like that flows in. Like, can you watch my kids? Or if you're not traveling with your kids, so that's the other one, right? Leaving your
kids with a grandma or a nanny. Did you have that instruction set in place? Do you have the emergency contact, or the temporary guardianship,
medical information,
all those set in place?
Same thing with summer camps. You're sending your kids away. Maybe you need to think about some documents you want to prepare for them just in case, right? I mean, they have all these forms you can fill out anyways, right? Who to call, emergency contact. Yeah. So it's just another thing that could flow through with that. Right. Investing. We talked about investment a lot in our Friday Life. We talked with our friends, right?
Yeah, you're eyeing on this rental property. So then, when you're talking about this, have you thought about how to take title of it, or have you thought about what's asset liability protection issue? Yes. So that can easily flow in.
What if you get sued? Even getting a car, we didn't put on here, but getting a car, right? It's an insurance, but on top of it, right? Like the whole risk assessment that you can make.
I like this one. So
Pets.
A lot of kids like to get pets, and then so it's between a lot of family conversation, or look at this new pet, we're probably getting what pet. Now, did you know that you can actually do a pet trust?
That's a good did you know topic to lead into. It is part of your life. So whatever is part of your life as it comes up naturally, it could because this is life planning. So anything in your life goes into it.
Right. I mean, just like that little extra step get you thinking like how to get yourself just a little more prepared.
You're building life you want to protect. So all of it, right?
Okay. Now to the long term.
Marriage, we have friends getting married. That's a great way to start.
Now, people actually think about, a prenup before they get married. Why not a trust?
Yeah.
Why not the more comprehensive planning where you can basically take care of the prenup and a lot of other issues all in one, and get yourself like on the right mental track of how you want your life to be. That's something that can come up.
Yeah, it's kind of like starting a company. When you start a company, you talk about it, right? How do you want everything to be managed? And it's the same thing when you enter into a marriage. It's like starting a company together.
So you would discuss this with your future spouse. You would discuss this with your family, because maybe you're gonna be kind of somewhat separated and then off on your own. What's gonna happen then? That could easily come up.
Yeah, it helped transparency and communication. It could save you a lot of problems.
A lot of problems.
A lot of problems.
And a lot of
save
money.
Your marriage.
And then so same thing with you trying to get a house. Think about in the longer run, what's going to happen with this house. How do you hand it off to your next generation? That's a lot of things. We've been giving a lot of warnings not to hold title jointly with your next generation.
Don't put anything under your name. Put it under LLC. Don't put your kid's name on it. Don't let your parents put your name on it.
So kind of like extension from the investing. When you're looking at longer investing, that's also something that if you haven't done it with the short term, in the longer term, it's good to talk about it. It's easy to flow through that. What kind of liability issues are you facing? What kind of like succession plan that you're talking about? That all can tie together into a bigger plan.
And business, starting a business, we kind of talked about it in the marriage. Like you want to set things straight when you start a business, like how to hold a business. You want to have a partner. What are, the bylaws, what are the guidelines? So it flows through the whole thing, the whole planning. You want to do it all together, right?
And then of course, when you're anticipating a baby, it's happy news. A lot of people are already looking at, okay, where should this baby go to preschool? Go to daycare, go to preschool. You look at that and you look at different financial products to have start saving early or have asset protection for the baby. Why not do that a little
trust planning? It's a vision, right? You're building a future. So any of these life events, like opening a new chapter in your life, you're envisioning what is your vision. And when you do your trust planning and your estate planning, that is putting the visions onto paper.
Right. Basically just solidifying whatever you have in mind into actual actionable
plans. Actually and
legal paperwork.
Yeah.
And
when you have a move, people move to California, we have a cousin moving in, that is a natural conversation to have, right? Acquiring assets, starting a new life somewhere.
So, there's plenty of opportunity here and there to, just flush these ideas out with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones.
That it's conversational, it's daily, it's, practical. It comes up because this is your life planning once again.
It is life planning. So it's, whenever.
It's what's going on right now.
It's like, we talk about what is the interest rate of today's CD account.
Yeah.
It's like that, okay, so, what is the up-to-date tax code that would affect how you report taxes, or, all this, basically, it's just like that.
It's not too early to get started. It's never too early. Don't put it off. Yeah. Your life is happening now. It should happen, the planning should happen as you're going along with life. To the next step, Yeah. Don't wait till all these things happen and at the very end you're trying to play catch up, and it's not usually as comprehensive and easy and
right.
Sometimes it's too late. There are times.
Yes. We've been getting a lot recently, and I was just like, let's just, back up, try to tell people, let's start early. Let's, start it when you're happy, healthy, and, anticipating all these good things in your life. Yeah. That's when things should happen, and so you're all set up.
Yeah, people are preparing for graduation season. We were just saying it would be a great thing if it's like graduation present. Start your trust planning, we all want to be trust fund baby, but that's where you want to be, because it's not just about the money. It's like you have the plans of starting that new life of adulthood. Right. That's a perfect way to start, place to start. Right. And so planning, complaining, bragging. So this is something we learned from our business networking group. You listen to your friends and family when they're planning, or when they're complaining, or when they're bragging about something. I just bought a new car. I don't know. I'm planning a new trip. We're planning to get married. We're planning to have babies. Or complaining. What would you do? Complaining?
I just want a huge jackpot. What do I do with the money?
Yeah, or like medical things, or like, whatever it is. Like, it comes up naturally. So you listen for that, and that's usually a great opener for you to start that conversation. Mm-hmm. So for to do, we want to ask you to use one of these conversation starters this week and report back and see how that works.
So hopefully, we hear all your nice conversation about all these into actual planning, instead of, telling us, it's really hard. I don't know how to start this with my parent. I want to do planning, but I don't know how to raise this issue with them.
Yeah, a lot of people tell us, like, we don't want our parents to think we're, like, waiting for them to die to take their money. But then, try to incorporate these, like, daily events,
Right. And make them realize, too, that having that plan is better than not.
Yeah, it's like my mom's going on a trip. You want me to water your plants and feed your dog, but what else? Like, is there other things I could do for you, just in case, right? Like the power of attorney or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So the bigger issues.
Let's see.
Give it a try. Mm-hmm. We'll practice that too. And as usual, this is not legal advice. This is us growing together. This is not business advice. It's not, it's just.
If you want specific legal advice, book a time with us.
Yes. We're your attorneys if you come in to consult with us. But this is informational.
Informational sharing. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Have a nice Friday.
Weekend.